Hello and welcome back to another episode of a weekly Waypoint. Today we are playing Unreal Tournament 1999, or as it was known back then, Unreal Tournament. For those of you who don't know, Unreal Tournament is something of a mainstay for this series, something we come back to every so often, but I have been avoiding it for a while now because for over a year now, I have needed a new mouse, which has made it, oh my god. Sorry, excuse me, I'm going to go back to primary school to learn basic grammar. It's made basic aiming a bit of a problem, and I like to play Instagib against bots. For those of you who have been around for a while may already notice, but the weekly Waypoint now gets around 20 views a video, which I'm very grateful for. And so I figure I may as well reintroduce what we're doing here. This is a fresh install on a fresh PC, so my aiming is still a little bit funky, just because unfortunately this game doesn't allow for you to just say use my mouse's sensitivity. It's one of those old types of video games back from yonder days of lore, when either or. Anyway, you have to program in your own sensitivity, and it's like I don't know what's good for me, so yeah, but also I'm just, not good at video games, so there's that as well. All of our fun bot names from previous videos are also subsequently toast, and I may replace these bot names at some point, but for now it is nice to just have them back at default for a little while. Although Lock is a severe problem. For those of you who don't know, Lock is a bot who's for some reason bots have individual statistics as outside of difficulty, and Lock's accuracy I think is set to like 100%, which is why he's a fucking menace in Instagib mode. But yeah, it was nice to be able to play Unreal Tournament. I was looking to see at one point if there was a field of view slider setting, but I couldn't find one anywhere. It might be something you can alter by messing with the ini files. I haven't really looked into it. I can't remember if I did that before or not, but for now, yeah, I'm pretty pleased to be able to play this game properly again without having to worry about my mouse randomly jittering around as I'm trying to aim at people. And that just goes for PC games in general. Yeah, I finally caved and got a new mouse, and it's funny because it's the third version of the same mouse which I've been buying since 2016. The first one lasted 2 years, this other one lasted 5, although I don't really know if you can count all of those years because, again, it was faulty for a long time before I finally caved in and dipped into my misery wallet. But it was on sale, and I had a free Prime trial to get it next day, so that was nice. So yeah, an update on the YouTube Shorts, because at the end of the last week's video I mentioned that I had been messing with remixing some of my videos into little clips or in the little YouTube Shorts feature that they have. I can't construct sentences today, I'm sorry, I've been awake for too long. But when done right, quote unquote right, they get up to like 100%, no, not 100%, 100 times more views. That's what I'm looking for. That's the statistic, that's the metric than the original video. So I think the peak I've had is around 1.4k views with plenty of likes, and it brings some subscribers into the channel and all that good stuff. If you're one of those new subscribers, hello, thank you for checking out my other stuff. But it's I'm still experimenting with it and figuring out what works and what doesn't, because some of them, for reasons that sometimes I still can't fathom, some of them just fall flat on their face. The other day I had 2 in a row which got about 4 views each, which, might be standard for my videos, but I'm like, hey, Shorts clearly missed the algorithm here. But I enjoy making them. It's fun to... I'm such a fucking narcissist. I enjoy watching my own videos, but I mean, I guess that speaks to make the content you want to watch, right? But yeah, I can't obviously just fucking back-to-back it all day long. I will lose my mind eventually, don't worry, but I do enjoy every now and again seeing an old video of mine. Like, I was watching the episode of A Weekly Waypoint a minute ago, the medicated episode where I was super ill. That was about 3 months ago. I can't remember why I was watching it. I think I was looking to see which Unreal Tournament map I would last featured, and I got distracted. But yeah, I'm not sure what series to feature next as Shorts clips, because I've mined for Skyrim well dry, although I'm sure I could go back and find a few more things because I wasn't quite as aware of how popular they would be when I was making them. But I've mined the Oblivion well dry, and I'm trying to think of similar types of content that I could do. Like, I've got stuff like Fortnite videos and Halo videos and World of Warcraft videos, and I've got plenty of content to choose from, but I'm just not sure if all of it will reach the same level of audience. The thing I've noticed works well for YouTube Shorts tends to be stuff that's kind of like an instant laugh. If you take too long to get to the point and yes, we're talking 15 seconds here, but too long will be 5 seconds or more. And if you just open it by talking like a normal person, then people are just going to immediately scroll down, because this kind of content is literally just scan through it, throw it away, and you're trying to make an immediate impression. And the other problem I face with these YouTube remix shorts as well is, while it's a great feature, it's also still a bit of a flawed feature. And if you've seen some of my shorts, you will see that sometimes they cut to the next clip for like a split second. It's because the trimming isn't that accurate, and worse, it's downright faulty when you're trying to, like, it'll be like, okay, I want this moment to this moment, and I can clip that out perfectly. It'll be like, okay, generating preview, and then it'll be like, here's the preview, and the preview will cut off like an entire second or two too early or too late, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're trying to make sure it's concise and it ends on the right beat, it's actually really annoying. So I really like that feature. Ultimately, if I'm really serious about getting into this, what I should be doing is like doing what most people probably do and actually rendering these as you know, portrait mode shorts or whatever. But I like the ease of just being able to rewatch my videos and press a button and, you know, schedule it as a short. So anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. I look forward to more shorts, and hopefully I manage to keep hitting that tasty 1.4k view count sweet spot. If not, 200 views is still damn good by my standards compared to my videos, so I shouldn't be complaining at any rate. Anyway, speaking of YouTube videos and files and all that kind of thing, I've gotten into archiving some of my old writing, and by that what I mean is I have invested in Google Drive, only a 100GB one, because text documents are mercifully quite low in size. Sorry, I feel like I never know where my sentences are leading today. I don't know if my commentary is coming across weirdly in this video. But anyway, I've been scouring the internet and hard drives and stuff. I say hard drives and stuff like I've got a bunch of old hard drives laying around. I've got one in front of me. But I've been rifling through them to find old writing, because for those of you who don't know, I'm a bit of a writer. Not in the professional sense, sadly, but it's kind of my one of my aspirations in life is to become a novelist, and I've done some poetry throughout my life as well, most of it not very good, wouldn't recommend it. However, crawling back through it, I don't know why I'm saying like rifling through it and crawling through it. Looking back through it, some of it is genuinely decent stuff by my standards. And in some of it, quite a lot of it isn't. But what I like doing is archiving it all and then like putting it all in proper folders and stuff. And I also have this thing I've been doing for a few years now called the Tombstone Project, which is a collection of any diaries and bits of life writing and blog posts I've done over the years, all collected into one big document, so that when I finally snuff it someday, 80 years from now, because I'm going to live until I'm a wrinkly old man, hopefully, I can be like, hey, instead of me looking back on my life and writing memoirs from a perspective where I don't remember most of it, here's, you know, actual writing from when I was age 12, when I was age 22, 32, 42, so on and so forth. However, the thing is already like 500 pages long in terms of like A4 pages, so yeah. Also, you know, there's that cynical part of me that's like, is anyone actually going to care? Like, if someone handed that kind of thing down to me that like a great grandparent of mine wrote back in the like late 1800s or some shit, I would be fascinated and I would absolutely want to read it. But you know, this also feels a little bit egotistical of like, don't you want to read thousands and thousands and thousands of pages about my ruminations about my life and what I think about the world? No, you probably just can be like, oh, that's sad. But let me have this, okay? Entropy is scary. Anyway, got off on a tangent there. That is something I've been doing for a few years now, and I find it greatly fulfilling and exciting, and I've decided to extend it to other aspects of my writing as well, such as, you know, short stories and poetry and stuff like that. And I don't think I will ever do content based on my poetry because it's a little bit too personal, but I am tempted to one day do some sort of live stream where I read through a bunch of my old short stories, because whilst I am glancing at some of them as I'm archiving them, I'm not properly reading through most of them, and I don't remember a lot of them, and I think it would be really interesting to go back and read through them and see, you know, if they're cringy, if they're actually good, if they have some good ideas in them. I think it could be cool. So let me know if you're interested in that, I guess. Oh, also I have a live streaming channel, but I don't live stream very often. It's called Kritigri Live. You can just search for it, or it's in my banner. Sorry, now that I've realised people watch the weekly Waypoint, I'm just shamelessly plugging everything I do. You may notice that this video hasn't been too what I played this week heavy, because I haven't been playing many games this week. Like, I'm someone who spends most of their free time playing video games, but if I'm being perfectly honest, normally I have what I call a constant game going, where I'm like playing World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls Online or RuneScape, you know, it's usually an MMO, but I'm playing that and then at least a few other games in tandem with it. But I've kind of hit this point over the last week where I'm just content to give gaming a little bit of a break. Obviously I'm still playing like multiplayer games with Reese and Molly, like Fortnite and Overwatch 2 and stuff, but in terms of like I'm gonna sit down and play something for like several hours on one of my days off, I'm not really doing that. Instead, I'm doing something far more productive. I'm binge watching shows that I have fallen behind on in the last few years. I talked about My Hero Academia a few weeks ago, no spoilers, but that's there if you want to go look that up. And this week I'm going to talk about how I got up to date on Attack on Titan without spoiling anything. So when Attack on Titan first came out, I watched it as it came out. I probably not from episode 1, I probably heard it word of mouth halfway through a season or something, and then I waited patiently for season 2. I think, well, not that patiently, because I think I then went and started to read the manga, and I got frustrated because the manga didn't answer any questions, it just brought up more questions. And then I watched most of season 2, but it was what I'd already read in the manga, so it wasn't really holding my attention. And then I forgot about Attack on Titan entirely, until I followed G-Star Games on Twitter, and she kept retweeting stuff about Eren looking different to how I am used to seeing him, and I was like, huh, I wonder what that's about. That kind of haircut difference belies character development. That's a sentence. So yeah, I got caught up on Attack on Titan, and I have many thoughts about it, and for historical context, if you're watching this at a time other than release, basically we're one episode away. Like, the next episode is meant to be the finale. We are on season 4 part 3, which is like, it's been marketed as like the final season. I don't know all the woes about like the publishing problems they had, or the production problems I guess I should say they had with it, probably due to COVID and stuff, but it seems like they've had a bit of a struggle getting this all done. But now the final episode is slated to be in this autumn, which is probably going to be about half a year away, to be perfectly honest, and that's fine, but now I have to wait, damn it. But I'm just glad I didn't, you know, stay up to date with it and find it super interesting the entire time it was airing, because it first came out in 2014, and my god, if I had been keeping up to date with it that entire time, I would be so impatient. But yeah, I think I was saying I was going to get caught up on Attack on Titan way back when I was watching My Hero Academia. I was like, up next is Attack on Titan, and we had a Roman Empire related detour, but we got there in the end. And next up is Ruby, the anime, well, some people dispute whether it can be counted as an anime, but the animated series by Rooster Teeth. A show which I have generally been keeping up with over the years, but because I've never gone back and rewatched any of it, every time a new season comes out, I forget a little bit more about the general events of a show. And this time season 9 has started up, and I'm like, I don't even remember if I've seen season 8. I went back and looked, I think I have, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna rewatch it from scratch since I'm into binging animated shows right now. Let's do that. And I'm only most of the way through season 1. Season 1's quite short by general standards, and I forgot how happy-go-lucky that show is at the start. But you know what, it's genuinely funny. If you watch, starting from the trailers, I have to say that the voice acting in some of the trailers is kind of cringy, but it gets better. So yeah, there you go. Not so much what I'm watching as what I'm... Oh, shit. I'm leaving that in. So there you go. Not as much what I'm playing as much as I'm what I'm... Oh my god, I can't get my words out at all. Not so much what I'm playing as much as what I'm watching, but there's a general update for you for what I've been getting my dirty little hands on this week. Why did I say it like that? I think I'm a little bit overtired. I was wondering whether I should wait until tomorrow to record, but I had thoughts to get out of my head, damn it, so here they are. As for what you can expect out of me over the next week, I don't know. That's a bit weird. Why you holding me to that kind of thing? I'm probably gonna be trying to get back into World of Warcraft Classic because I've been having a weird hankering for it. While I'm still having kind of an MMO identity crisis about Dragonflight, something about Diablo 4 triggered a need to play WoW Classic in my brain, and they're two very different games. But I don't know. Okay, don't at me. Until then, I've noticed that we are 2 episodes away from 5 years of a weekly Waypoint without missing a week. So hopefully nothing... Whoa, okay, talk about inviting danger into your life, touch wood. Hopefully nothing terrible happens to me in the next 2 weeks. Why? Why would I invite that into my life? Well, I've said it now, I might as well put it in the video. I'm gonna go and lay down and close my eyes for a while.